Making space between your feet, sending your heels towards opposite corners of the mat. Hopefully your mat still offers some cushion under both heels, or you could use your blanket or a pair of socks, a washcloth, anything you'd like. Once you've created space between your footprints, you might flex your toes towards your face again, maybe bringing the handprints to connect with the mat in front of you. You can begin to lean forward, making your spine long as you lead with your heart still reaching towards the sky with both sets of toes. Your handprints might walk away to offer leverage and support for your upper body as you continue to fold any amount. There's no right or wrong. Nice work. Hopefully finding space with each breath. As you're ready, use strength, pressing the floor away with your hands, walking your handprints towards your seat, returning to upright. Again, I invite you to bring your feet together, turn a long ways on your mat once more. And from here, maybe finding staff pose again and bending one knee, bringing the footprint towards your seat. You might hold on to the front of that shin, that lifted knee. From here, you can reach back and maybe the opposite extended leg comes to hover above the mat. Changing sides, bring the right knee in and extend the left. Maybe the left arm extends as well. As we trade sides, practicing half boat, a variation of half boat. Continue to move with your breath, opting out at any time or changing this to make it yours. As you're ready, place both footprints on the mat. Walk your hips towards your heels and come to lie down. From here, you might walk your feet wide and shift your knees from side to side, windshield wipering your shins, offering slight rotation in your low back. As you're ready, we'll take tabletop in a supine position, bringing the knees to lift as though sitting in a chair. Choose to interlace your fingertips behind your head and bring your right elbow to reach for your left knee. Stay like this or choose to extend the right leg as well. And then we'll open up and switch sides. Kind of a cross crawl, bringing the opposite elbow to opposite knee as you send the other footprint away. Pressing your whole spine against the mat, continuing to breathe as smoothly as you can. This is good work. Choose to continue this way or take it down a notch, returning to tabletop and maybe tapping opposite heels. Just tapping them on the mat, alternating sides. As you're ready, place both footprints on the mat. Let your arms rest along your sides. You might walk the pinky edge of both feet to the long edge of your mat and let your knees drift inward as you take a breath or two and restoration for the low back. From here, if you choose, roll onto your belly, please. You might bring your elbows out wide in front of you, crossing forearms. We'll kind of switch sides. So we'll use each elbow like a little kickstand. So pressing into the right elbow so your left hand can reach back. You can bend with the left knee and maybe catch your left ankle. If you have a belt or an elastic band or even a hand towel from the bathroom, you can lasso your foot and give yourself a little extra handle and leverage here. So make this yours once again. We'll just take a few breaths as we drive that left thigh into the mat, flexing the toes towards the shin. Maybe resisting the grasp of your hand as though to drag your whole arm backward with the strength of your lifting shin. You could press your footprint towards the ceiling, opening the hip flexor. We'll switch sides, relieving that foot to the floor, bringing the forearm back to the front. And reaching behind with the right arm this time, using the left forearm like a kickstand and bending the right knee until maybe we catch the ankle. It's okay to use any assistance. Once again, make this yours. You might choose to use the strength of your arm to draw your heel close to your hip, or to press your shin and ankle into your fingertips, drawing your shoulder back, your whole arm, lifting your shoulder away from the mat, almost like a back bend, a little cobra here. Option to lift your footprint towards the ceiling, opening that hip flexor a little more, and maybe driving that thigh into the mat, using the connection of the ankle and hand, however you will. Release that connection, sending the foot to the floor, maybe stacking your hands and releasing your forehead for a moment to rest in heaviness. Take a breath. Notice the rise and fall of your rib cage. Preparing for downward facing dog. Come up onto your forearms, letting your fingertips point forward. Tuck your toes and come onto your knees, bringing knees and elbows together. I invite you to find tabletop, coming up onto handprints and knees. With the toes tucked, you might rock your hips back and let your knees hover as you reach your heels towards the floor and lengthen both legs. From here, maybe lift the heels towards the ceiling, the hips will go as well, and then reach the heels towards the floor. Maybe make space between both handprints. You could shrug your shoulders and make space between shoulders and ears. Lifting the heels towards the sky again, pivot on the balls of both feet, turning them towards the left. Your heels will go towards the right as your knees bend and your hips can crouch towards your heels. Nice side bend in your downward facing dog. I know it feels strange. As you're ready, use your legs like springs. Lift your hips towards the sky. Lengthen the backs of your legs. You shine the backs of your knees upward. Maybe lifting your toes. Once again, come onto your toes, pivot on the balls of your feet, sending the toes towards the right, the heels towards the left as you bend your knees and crouch your heels. Side bend on the other side. And as you're ready, unwind, press into both feet to lengthen the legs, walk the footprints to face forward again. And take baby steps, bringing the feet towards the hands towards the feet. You can fold as you take opposite elbow and opposite hand, maybe bounce. You could sigh as you rest your upper body on the support of your strong legs and lap. Press into both feet. Deeply breathe in as you roll up to standing. Take a moment to notice what it feels like to be upright, make any adjustments needed. From here, I'll offer a variation of moon salutation. So I invite you to look down at your feet. You might turn sideways on your mat as I have, so you have lots of room to the left and to the right. First, with both feet placed as though on railroad tracks, I invite you to rock forward and back, find a settled, neutral space between as you turn your thumbs outward and reach your fingers towards the floor. Take a deep breath from toes to nose in mountain pose.